Well, why is this? Why must it be administered between 10 a.m. and 2?
Well, I think it's first for good order. It's good to do things in broad daylight. I think we come from history where we once saw, assumption of office happening at the highest office, and it was late in the evening, if you remember back in 2007. And some of these things are informed by, such histories, that going forward, let us do things in a manner that is as transparent and as open, available for anyone to be able to attend and witness. It's a question of witnessing the exchange of power and the assumption of office. So it's actually out of good order, and I believe that was really the intention of this law. And the fact that we are seeing it happening across board, is also a beautiful thing. This is now where we come to the celebration of devolution, that we can actually proceed with our procedures and processes without necessarily even the president being in place. And it's wonderful. So I think it's a celebration that this law came into place. If you do remember, there's a time it was not there. And besides just the timelines of swearing in, there's many other provisions in this law that tell you there was a big gap before it came on how some governors took office without, the orderliness that we see here, the transfer of, even assets and the office as it is. All that is prescribed in this law. And without this law, it was a big mess in the first round of governors when, they were leaving office and new governors coming in. Back after 2010, there was the first set of governors and then the second set of governors. So this law has brought a lot of order into how the office is being assumed. And we are seeing that effect now. This is a time now when we are really seeing the full impact of assumption of office law. So yeah, that's what I can tell you. It's wonderful.
All right. Irene, I saw some letters flying about from the EACC to the judiciary, that is the Chief Justice, and back from the Chief Justice to the EACC. The EACC asking the Chief Justice to see to it, because when I was scrolling through this, I saw that this shall be done in public and presided over by, was it a High Court judge, Sylvia?
Yes,
Let me see. Yes, here it is. Yes. The swearing in of the county governor-elect shall be conducted in a public ceremony before a High Court judge. Yes. So the EACC requested the Chief Justice to ensure that these leaders, as they take their oath of office, also subscribe to upholding the integrity of their office, a request that was granted by the Chief Justice. Do you think that is making progress as far as integrity, the fight against corruption is concerned?
Thanks for the question. And indeed, as civil society players, and that's where I engage in a lot, and in terms of the space around accountability, I think it's fundamental that they appreciate, in as much as they're taking office, it's a high office that we expect maximum accountability. We know there's been a lot of concerns from both the EACC and the Auditor General around how devolved funds are utilized. So I think by the moment of swearing them in, you have that aspect of first let it be a public ceremony so that you understand, you report to and you represent an electorate who elected you. So there are demands around accountability and service delivery. So it's a good day in the sense that people are also celebrating their wins, but also to appreciate that there's a lot of high expectation from the roles and the governors that are going to be sworn in. And I do hope that the crop that have come in would then lead to a better utilization of public funds. Yes.
Okay. And I'll bring you in, Dr. Gitau, at this point. Part of this ceremony includes a speech by the county governor. And where is that? Upon taking or subscribing to the oath of affirmation under subsection 1, the county governor shall sign. I think we've taken a look at that. After the deputy governor takes his, I think after the deputy county governor, yes, after he takes, the county governor shall, upon the swearing in of the deputy governor-elect, give an inauguration speech to the county. That is section 15 of this act. What do you want to hear in these speeches?
All right, speaking as a healthcare worker, of course, what we want to hear from the governor is their understanding of the current health challenges within the counties. There's been a lot of growth during devolution in terms of growth of infrastructure, growth of purchase of equipment, but in terms of health workers and the actual service provision, we're still lagging behind. So I'm hoping to see the new governors look at what has been built and what they can do to improve the service delivery at their counties.
Okay. All right. We take a break, but when we come back, Sylvia,
yes,
you also want to weigh in on what you want to.
I want to add on to what she has said. Our expectations of the new governors.
Yes, let's listen to that on the other side.
You know, when you look at this list of the new governors, it's a wonderful list. It's impressive. We have more women. We have a lot of young governors coming in now. You know, and we have some governors who had lost one term and now they are back again in full force. You know. So our expectation for devolution now is moving to the next level. And when you look at the amount of money that these counties, I mean, they're getting, 9 billion for most, in fact, an average of, okay, there's some getting 3 billion, but on average 9 billion, there's 10 and 11, 12 billion per year. So our expectation is that integrity, you know, and it's good they're taking that oath of integrity. We want to see a fight against corruption, which has trickled into the counties significantly, you know, and we want to see these people account for every coin. And many of these were my colleagues in Senate. So I'm actually now excited because, you know, that is our biggest fight in Senate. So now seeing them become governors, we hope they can carry that mantle of what they were fighting for into office and then change the way things are done in these offices, build upon, but also bring a breath of fresh air. And, you know, let's do that economy of the counties. Let's raise it now to the next bar.
All right, so we get into that in more detail, especially that question of accountability